God says, I need to talk to you for 2 minutes, and it has to be right now. If you skip this, God will never talk to you again. There are moments in life that don't come twice. There are moments that carry eternity inside them. This is one of them. God is not whispering today. He is speaking clearly, directly, and with urgency. Right now, in this very second, heaven is leaning close to your heart. Not tomorrow, not later, not when you feel ready, but now. Right now, God has something to say to you that can change everything. And if you walk away from this moment, your heart may never hear him this clearly again. So if you feel the stirring in your spirit, don't silence it. If your heart is trembling a little, let it tremble. That means God is here. That means you are being called into something holy. This is not another voice among many. This is not just a good word or an encouraging message. This is the Lord of heaven and earth pressing his love into your chest, saying, please don't look away. Please comment, Amen, if your heart is listening right now. And if something inside of you knows you needed this, then please like this video so this moment can reach someone else who needs God to speak to them today. Someone else is drowning quietly, and your one click might help them find breath again. Right now, God says, I need to talk to you. He is not angry. He is not coming to punish or condemn you. He is coming as a father who misses his child. He is coming as a healer who sees the wounds that no one else sees. He is coming as a protector who has seen what the enemy has planned for you and wants to cover you before it gets any worse. He is coming as your first love, as the one who saw you before anyone else did, and he wants your heart to come home. You have been wandering. You have been trying to stay strong on your own. You've been pretending everything is fine because you've had to be the strong one, the one others look up to, the one who doesn't fall apart. But you're tired, you're not okay inside, and God knows it. That's why he is speaking now. That's why he didn't wait another second. He sees the pain behind your smile. He hears the thoughts you never tell anyone. He knows the nights when your pillow has soaked up silent tears, and no one noticed the storm you were walking through. He knows how close you've come to giving up. He knows the weight on your chest that you've learned to live with like it's normal. But it's not. It's not normal to carry so much pain alone. It's not normal to live with a smile while dying inside. That's why God says, I need to talk to you. Because no one else can heal what's breaking inside you. No one else can hold the pieces of you that have shattered. You may be able to fake strength in front of people, but in the secret place of your soul, you are not okay, and God is not willing to leave you there. He is the only one who can reach into the deepest part of you where the real wound lives. The part of you that still feels rejected. The part that feels forgotten. The part that never healed after they left, or after life changed, or after the betrayal, or the loss, or the mistake. He sees where your faith cracked and where you stopped believing good things could happen for you. And he still wants you. He still calls you by name. Don't you see what kind of love this is? Even when you ran, even when you ignored him, even when you chose everything else over him, he never stopped watching over you. He kept protecting you when you didn't even ask him to. He kept whispering your name when you blocked him out. That's what love is. That's who God is. Please comment 111 if you believe God has chosen this exact moment to reach you. You may not feel worthy. You may feel like you've failed too many times or fallen too far. But God is not ashamed of you. He is not disappointed in you. He's not waiting for you to get your life together first. He is not waiting for you to earn his voice. He is simply waiting for your heart to slow down and listen. If he is speaking to you now, it means you are not forgotten. It means there is still a future for you. It means you are not at the end. It means he still has something beautiful to do through your life. It means His mercy has outrun your mistakes, and His love is stronger than your fear. It means you still have purpose, and the enemy does not get to write the ending to your story. You may have heard the world say you're too much, or not enough. You may have been overlooked by people, passed over by opportunities, pushed away by those who should have stayed. But God never walked away. He was the only one who stayed through it all. And now He is speaking not because you are forgotten, but because you are chosen. He wants you to come back to Him. Not because He needs your perfection, but because He misses your presence. He misses your prayers, even the broken ones. He misses your tears, even the angry ones. He misses your honesty, even when it's messy. You don't have to pretend with Him. You don't have to dress up your pain or hide your doubts. He already knows, and He still chooses you. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. This moment is not random, it's divine. God aligned every second so your eyes would see this and your heart would hear His voice. Don't silence it. Don't scroll past what heaven sent to save you. You may not hear Him like this again. That's why He said now, not later, not after work, not after one more thing. Now, right now, because the enemy has been trying to keep you distracted, trying to keep you busy, trying to convince you that God is silent. But he is a liar. God is not silent. He is calling you back into His arms. He is pulling you out of the storm. He is covering you again. And if you'll let Him, He'll start something new in your life today. So breathe. Let the tears fall if they need to. Let your walls break if they must. You don't have to be strong right now. You just have to be real. You just have to be still enough to listen. God says, I need to talk to you. And if you're still reading this, it means your heart knows He's telling the truth. And yet, right in the middle of that invisible weight, God speaks again. He whispers, not because He's far, but because He's near. He says, I need to talk to you, not later, not after your next crisis, not once you feel better, but now. He's not calling you out, He's calling you in. God knows how long you've been carrying this alone, the ache you've tucked away so no one else sees, the moments you scroll through your phone hoping something numbs the hollowness, the days where you get things done but feel completely undone inside. And still He comes close, not with loudness, but with love that fills the silence of your soul and says, you still belong to me. Please comment 222 if you trust this is meant for you. You haven't been forgotten in the chaos. Even when it feels like prayers go unanswered, like breakthroughs are for everyone but you, God has not turned away. He has never left you. He sees every detail you think is hidden. He's watched every private battle, every night you couldn't sleep, every tear that never reached your cheek but swelled quietly in your chest. He was there, and He still is. His love doesn't need your perfection. It needs your surrender. It needs your yes, your honest, trembling yes. Not the kind that pretends to be strong, but the one that admits, God, I can't do this without you anymore. Because that's where everything begins to change. There are some people who don't understand what it means to be held together by grace alone, but you do. You've lived long enough to know that if God hadn't stepped in before, you wouldn't even be here reading this. There were moments where you almost lost it, almost gave up, almost broke for good. But somehow, something held you up. That something was someone. It was God. And He's doing it again. Right now. holding you. Even if you don't feel it yet, even if everything around you looks the same, something in the spirit is shifting because your heart is listening again. That is all God needs. Just a listening heart, not a perfect past, not a flawless record, just willingness. This is a holy interruption. It's God pressing pause on your distractions, on your guilt, on your fears, and saying, "Let me remind you who you are," because you have forgotten. You've let too many voices drown out the truth. Too many lies convince you that you're not loved, not chosen, not good enough. But God's voice is louder than the lies, and today He's bringing you back to the truth. You are His child. You are not abandoned. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are not disqualified. You are not invisible. God is not done with you. He is not holding your failures against you. He is not using your past to cancel your purpose. In fact, the very thing you think disqualifies you is the exact thing God is going to redeem and use to bless someone else. Your scars will become someone's healing. Please comment 333 to declare your faith that God is speaking this over your life. This moment is an altar. Not a place with candles or gold, but a place where heaven is touching your reality. This moment is a reminder that grace still finds you, even when you weren't looking for it. God isn't waiting for a better version of you. He wants you right now, with the doubt still lingering, with the wounds still bleeding, with the heart still breaking. Because that's where real love shows up, right in the middle of the mess. There is something sacred happening in you, even if you can't explain it. That stirring, that ache, that sudden desire to cry for no reason, that's the Spirit of God beginning to move again inside you. You thought it was gone. You thought the flame had died. But all it needed was a breath. And God is breathing into you again. You may not see the full picture yet, but He does. You may not feel strong enough to take another step, but He's already holding your hand. You may feel like everything is falling apart, but God is rearranging your life for a greater glory. And you are not going to miss it. Not this time. Not when He's been pursuing you like this. Not when He's stopped everything just to say, "I need you to hear me." Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. It's not over. It's just the turning of a chapter. God is doing something new, even if it's still in seed form. You don't have to see the fruit yet to believe the seed is in the ground, and it's growing, quietly, silently, but powerfully. And soon, your season will change. Your mourning will turn to dancing, your ashes to beauty, your sorrow to songs of deliverance. Just hold on, you're not late to your calling. You haven't missed your miracle. You're not disqualified because of what you did or what happened to you. God's timing isn't based on your perfection. It's based on His love. And His love is never in a rush, but it is always on time. He knows when to speak. He knows when to move. And if He's speaking now, it's because now is your moment. Right now, angels are standing guard around you, even if you can't see them. Right now, God's Spirit is surrounding your home, your mind, your heart, breaking every unseen attack that was meant to destroy you. Right now, something is shifting in the atmosphere over your life. Not because you earned it, but because God chose to love you that deeply, even when you couldn't pray, even when you walked away, even when you tried to silence the hunger in your soul with things that never satisfied. God kept calling your name. That's what relentless love looks like. It keeps reaching. It keeps hoping. It keeps knocking until your heart opens again. You don't need to fix yourself to come back to God. You just need to turn your face toward Him and say, "Here I am." That's it. And His arms will wrap around you like you never left. That's what grace does. It doesn't ask where you've been. It rejoices that you came home. God says, "I need to talk to you." And this is what He wants you to know. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not unloved. You are not too late for healing, for joy, for restoration. You are exactly where you need to be for Him to begin again in your life. Don't let the enemy lie to you any longer. God is not finished, and neither are you. That hidden place between who you used to be and who God is calling you to become, you've been carrying burdens that others don't understand. You've been smiling in rooms where your heart was silently screaming, and all this time, God has been walking right beside you, whispering softly, "Hold on, I'm still with you." He has never taken His eyes off you, not once. Even when your steps were unsure, even when your heart was full of questions, even when you were angry, confused, or numb from pain, He stayed. The world might measure your worth by your success, your status, or your strength. But God looks deeper. He sees the fight in you. He sees your spirit choosing Him again and again, even through tears. And He calls that beautiful. Please comment 555 if you know you've been held by His mercy more than your strength. You've made it through things that tried to destroy you. You've survived emotional storms that no one else knew you were going through. You've walked through nights that felt endless, praying for just one sign, one light, one touch from heaven to remind you that you're not alone. And this moment is that touch. This moment is heaven, responding to what your soul could not even put into words. God is not late. He has been preparing a shift for you. Every delay, every closed door, every painful chapter, it was not punishment. It was protection. You don't even know what He kept you from. You don't know the attacks He blocked. You don't know the ways the enemy tried to pull you down. But God stood between you and that destruction, and He said, "Not this one. This one is mine. You are covered. You are surrounded. You are chosen." You don't have to earn His voice. You don't have to qualify for His love. You don't need to fix everything before He can use you. You just need to be willing. You just need to believe that if God is speaking now, it means this is your time to rise again, to breathe again, to hope again, and you will. There's a war that's been going on for your joy. The enemy has been fighting hard to keep you discouraged, distracted, and disconnected. He wants you tired. He wants you doubting. He wants you silent. Because if you ever fully remember who you are in Christ, if you ever truly step into the authority God gave you, everything around you would begin to change. You were born for more than just surviving. You were created to carry God's presence into every space you enter. That's why the enemy has tried to silence your praise. That's why the warfare has been so intense. That's why the heaviness shows up out of nowhere. Because your breakthrough carries weight. Your voice breaks chains. Your obedience shakes darkness. Your prayers shift things in the spirit. And the enemy is terrified of that. But he's too late. Because your spirit is waking up again. You're remembering who your Father is. You're remembering the promises over your life. And though your voice may tremble at first, you're going to rise. You're going to speak again. You're going to pray again. You're going to worship like someone who knows their God fights for them. Please comment 1212 if you feel God bringing you back to life again. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. You are not forgotten in the shadows. You are not just passing time while others get blessed. You are not being punished by delay. You are being prepared. The season of waiting was not a waste. It was a hidden place where God was rebuilding what life tried to break. It was a holy ground where the roots of your faith were growing deeper. And now, the rain is coming, the refreshing, the release, the sudden shift you've been crying out for. It's closer than you think. You don't need to beg God to remember you. He never forgot. Every moment you thought he was silent, he was actually working behind the scenes. You didn't feel it, but he was building the foundation of something unshakable. He was setting up divine appointments. He was lining up provision. He was healing you in places you didn't even know were wounded. And when the time is right, what took years to pray for will happen in a moment. You're not going back to the brokenness you came from. You're not going to repeat the same cycles. You're not going to end in defeat. God has already spoken a different ending over your life. He has written redemption into your story. He has declared restoration over every dry and barren place in your soul. And his word cannot return void. You are not at the end of your story. You're at the turning point. The moment where the pain begins to make sense. The moment where the detour reveals its purpose. The moment where everything the enemy meant for evil starts working for your good. And not because you figured it all out, but because God is faithful to finish what he started. He is a finisher. He is not a God of halfway healing or almost breakthroughs. He completes, he restores, he fulfills. He does not leave his children abandoned. He does not leave promises empty. So if he spoke life over you, then life will come. If he said you're chosen, then you will be used. If he said you're protected, then no weapon formed against you will prosper. You are standing in a moment where everything can change. Not because your circumstances have changed yet, but because your heart is awakening again to the truth. God is still with you, still for you. Still moving mountains you can't see, and every step forward from this moment carries glory. You are marked by heaven. You are covered by grace. You are carried by love. And no darkness, no delay, no defeat can take away what God has placed on your life. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to trust that if God is talking, it means something holy is unfolding in your life. So stay close. Don't let the voice of fear drown out the whisper of love. Don't let weariness steal your wonder. You're not too broken. You're not too far gone. God has chosen this moment to find you again, to remind you of what's always been true. You are his, and that will never change. The battles you've been facing have been heavier than usual. The silence has been louder, and even though you kept going, you felt like something inside you was breaking quietly. But the Lord says, I'm not letting you go. You are still seen, you are still carried, you are still covered. And even when your prayers have grown quiet, your tears have been loud in heaven. Not one of them has gone unnoticed. Not one sigh, not one anxious thought, not one weary step you've taken has been wasted. God has counted every moment of pain, and he has stored it in his hands, and in due time he will turn it into beauty. Please comment 777 if your heart is ready to receive what God has been preparing for you. This journey has not been easy. You've had to walk through seasons that felt like deserts. You've had to smile when your heart was heavy, give when you were empty, lead while you were broken, and hope while you were hurting. And still, you showed up. Still, you pressed on. Still, you kept believing. Even with a mustard seed of faith, You never let go of the possibility that God was still writing your story. And you were right. He was. He is. The ink of heaven never dried over your name. The plan He wrote for you before you were even formed in your mother's womb has not changed. The delay hasn't cancelled the promise. The pain hasn't erased the purpose. The silence hasn't silenced the prophecy. What God started in you, He will bring to completion, and nothing on this earth or in hell can stop that. There's been pressure, yes. You've felt crushed at times. But pressure is what God uses to form diamonds. Pressure is what He uses to reveal the oil in the olive. Pressure is what turns broken clay into a vessel that carries His glory. And though you didn't see it while you were being pressed, you were being transformed, not destroyed, transformed. God never wastes suffering. He doesn't let pain touch His children without a purpose tied to it. What the enemy meant to break you is becoming the very place where God is building strength in you. Where fear tried to speak, faith is rising louder. Where loss tried to silence you, worship is starting to pour out. Where loneliness made you feel forgotten, God's presence is beginning to flood those empty spaces. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. There's a shift coming. It's already started in the spirit. And it's going to show up in your life in ways you couldn't imagine. The door you thought was closed for good is going to open. The opportunity you stopped hoping for is about to find you. The healing you've been waiting on is beginning to flow. Not because of anything you've done to earn it, but because God's grace has never stopped working on your behalf. Please comment 999 if you believe the shift has already started. There is a moment when everything you've carried becomes too heavy, and that's when God steps in and says, "You don't have to carry this anymore." That's what this is, a release. A divine invitation to let go of the weight, the fear, the regret, the shame. You were never meant to carry it alone. You were never created to carry the whole world on your shoulders. You were made to rest in the arms of a Father who carries you. He's not disappointed in your weakness. He's not angry about your tears. He's not surprised by your questions. He understands you better than you understand yourself. He knows the roots of your pain. He sees beyond your actions into your heart, and He still says, "You're mine." That kind of love doesn't walk away. That kind of love doesn't change with circumstances. It stays, and it's staying with you now. Let go of what you thought had to happen by now. Let go of the timelines you put on your healing, your breakthrough, your restoration. God's timing is not your timing, but His timing is perfect. He has never been late. And when His hand moves, nothing can stop what's meant for you from coming into your life. There's a grace that's being poured out over you now. It's not loud, it's gentle. It's the kind of grace that lifts you when you can't lift yourself. The kind that doesn't ask you to perform, but simply asks you to receive. You don't have to fix it all. You don't have to prove anything. Just let Him be God. Let Him hold you. Let Him be enough. You've always felt the weight of being strong for everyone else. Always had to push through, to be the rock, to hide your tears so others don't worry. But this moment is just for you, not as a leader, not as a parent, not as a friend, just you and God. No roles, no expectations, just the child and the Father, just love, simple and pure. And in that love, He is restoring things you didn't even know were broken. He is reviving parts of you that were tired, numb, forgotten. Dreams you laid down long ago are being whispered back into life. Hope that seemed too risky is rising again. You're going to laugh again. You're going to dance again. You're going to love again without fear, because what's coming next is better than what's been lost. The enemy has tried to define your life by the worst chapters, but God has always held the final word, and His word is life. His word is peace. His word is healing. His word is victory. Please comment 1010 if you feel the healing rain falling on your heart. There is no failure in you that can outrun the love of God. No mistake too big, no path too crooked, no season too dark. His love is stronger, His mercy is wider, His faithfulness is deeper. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are right where grace is meeting you. Stay in this moment. Let God keep speaking. Let His presence stay heavy on you. Let the tears fall. Let the walls break. Something holy is happening. Something real. And it's only the beginning. You're about to walk in a new strength, a deeper peace, a joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. Because when you've been through fire and you're still standing, that's when you know it was never your strength. It was always His. But God isn't asking for a performance. He's not waiting for you to be flawless. He's looking for your heart, that tender part that still aches for Him even after everything. There is nothing in your past that can cancel your place in His presence. No failure, no wound, no wrong turn has disqualified you. In fact, the broken places in your life are exactly where His love wants to land. That's where His power works best. Not in the polished version of you that you show the world, but in the real, raw, and honest version that says, God, I need you more than anything. Please comment 1515 if your heart knows this is a divine moment. You don't have to pretend here. You don't have to hide the parts of your soul that feel exhausted, or scared, or forgotten. God already sees it. He already knows. And still, He wants you. He's not looking for the strongest version of you. He's just looking for the surrendered one. The one who's willing to say, I can't do this without you anymore. There's a healing that begins the moment we stop performing for love and start receiving it freely. That's what this is about. Not religion, not tradition, but relationship. The kind where God meets you in your room, in your car, in the middle of your chaos, and wraps His presence around you so tightly that the lies lose their grip on your soul. The enemy has been after your mind. He's been after your peace, your clarity, your rest. He's tried to fill your thoughts with anxiety and hopelessness. He's tried to convince you that you're failing, that you're forgotten, that you're finished. But he's a liar. And God is speaking louder than every lie right now. He's declaring peace over your life. He's declaring strength over your spirit. He's declaring a new season over your story. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. It may not all make sense yet, but you're walking into something holy. You're stepping into a time where things will begin to align not by your effort, but by God's grace. What felt impossible before is going to start unfolding naturally. The favor that felt far will begin to find you. The doors that were shut will begin to creak open without you pushing. Because God is leading now. He's guiding every step. Please comment 1717 if you believe this is your time for divine alignment. You've been faithful in ways that others never saw. You've prayed in secret. You've given when it cost you. You've served when you were tired. You've stayed when it would have been easier to leave. And God saw all of it. Not one moment went unnoticed. Not one sacrifice was wasted. And He is not unjust to forget it. There's a reward coming, not just in eternity, but in this life too, a harvest that's been watered by your tears and sown in your pain. You've been tested. You've walked through the fire. But you're coming out without the smell of smoke. You're coming out refined, stronger, clearer, more anointed. Because every storm taught you to trust Him deeper. Every heartbreak brought you to your knees, and that posture of surrender has made you dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are not who you were. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. And you are ready now. God is not done proving Himself in your life. There are still miracles with your name on them. There are still testimonies waiting to be written through your obedience. There are still people whose lives will be changed just because you said yes to God when it was hard. You may feel small, but heaven knows the weight of your yes. And right now, God is reminding you of who you are. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are His, and you are part of something so much greater than you can see. You are part of His plan to bring light into darkness, healing into brokenness, and love into every space you step into. This is not the end. This is a beginning, a fresh start, a new wind, a deeper breath. The past has no hold on you. The shame cannot follow you. The guilt cannot chain you, because the blood of Jesus has covered it all. His mercy has erased every failure. His love has lifted every burden, and His Spirit is filling you now with new strength. You don't need to understand every detail to trust that God is good. You just need to rest in the truth that He is with you. And if He is with you, nothing can truly come against you. Not fear, not loss, not delay, not rejection. None of it is greater than the one who lives in you. Please comment, Amen, if you feel His presence surrounding you right now. There is nothing random about this timing. You didn't just happen to come across this. God aligned this moment because He knew your heart needed a fresh touch, a fresh word, a fresh reminder, and that's what this is. A divine reminder that you are still His, you are still loved, you are still chosen, and you are still covered. Let your heart breathe, let your shoulders relax. You're not failing, you're not too late, you're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be for God to begin a new thing, and He will, not because you earned it, but because you belong to Him. Lift your head, wipe your tears. Let the healing begin to flow. Let the fear melt away in the presence of the one who holds your future. He's got you, He's always had you, and He always will. Not in the noise, not in the rush, but in the stillness. That's where He begins to speak. That's where He begins to pour out the healing oil your soul has been aching for. You've been asking for peace, for a sign, for a moment of clarity, and this is it. This is your sign. This is your moment. Every part of your journey has been leading to this. The lonely seasons, the sleepless nights, the internal battles you never spoke out loud. God has seen all of it, and He's not late. He's not silent. He's right on time. His timing is perfect, and this moment is proof that even when you felt abandoned, you were being pursued. Even when you felt forgotten, you were being cradled in unseen arms. Please comment 222 if you trust that this moment is heaven sent. You were never meant to live numb. You were never meant to walk through life disconnected from the presence that created you. Somewhere along the way, the weight of the world started pressing on you. Responsibilities, heartbreaks, disappointments, they started to bury the light that once danced in your spirit. But God is reaching into those places again, into the deep, quiet parts of your soul that still long to feel alive. He's waking you up again, slowly, gently, completely. You've been functioning, but you haven't been thriving. You've been showing up, but you've been silently breaking. And you didn't even realize how much you were surviving instead of truly living. That's why this moment matters so much. Because God isn't speaking just to encourage you. He's speaking to resurrect you. There are parts of your identity that were buried in past seasons, dreams you gave up on, passions you laid down, joy that slipped through your fingers while you were trying to hold everything else together. But He's bringing it all back now. This is not the end of your story. This is the reintroduction of who you were always meant to be. The version of you that walks in divine peace. The version of you that knows you are surrounded by God's favor. The version of you that doesn't settle for less because you've remembered who your Father is. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish anytime. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. You've cried in silence for so long that you started to think no one would ever notice. But God noticed. He saw the night you couldn't stop shaking. He heard the whisper in your heart when you said, "God, I can't take much more." And He didn't turn away. He drew closer. He came near. And right now He's closer than your next breath. Please comment, "Amen," if you feel Him closer than ever before. It's not just comfort He's offering you, it's restoration. There are things being returned to you in the Spirit right now: confidence, clarity, wholeness, joy. Things the enemy tried to convince you were lost forever. But he was wrong. The enemy doesn't get the final word in your life. God does. And His word never fails. You've been under pressure that felt unbearable at times, and still, you kept going. You didn't know that in the middle of that pressure, heaven was refining you. You didn't see the way your perseverance was being shaped into unshakable strength. You didn't realize that God was creating something new within you, even while it felt like everything around you was falling apart. You were being rebuilt in the storm. What you thought would break you has only prepared you. You've been through too much not to believe that something greater is on the other side of this. You've lost, yes, but you've gained wisdom, grace, and a deeper connection with God that can't be shaken by circumstance. You've found out that even when you had nothing left, His presence was more than enough. And that's the kind of knowing that no storm can take from you. Please comment 1111 if you believe what's coming is greater than what's been lost. God is not looking at you with disappointment. He's looking at you with deep, overwhelming love. The kind of love that doesn't flinch at your mistakes. The kind of love that doesn't walk away when you mess up. The kind of love that leans in, that draws closer, that covers you when shame tries to bury you. That love is holding you right now. That love is enough. It doesn't matter how far you feel like you've drifted. You are one breath, one whisper, one surrender away from restoration. There is nothing too broken for God to rebuild. Nothing too messy for Him to clean. Nothing too far gone that He cannot reach. You are never beyond His reach. His hand is still extended. His heart is still open. His voice is still calling. There's more for you. Not more pressure, not more pain, but more peace, more clarity, more purpose, more joy. God is about to show you what it means to live fully alive again, to wake up without dread, to smile without pretending, to breathe deeply and know you are exactly where you are meant to be. That is what He's calling you into, but He needs your yes, not a loud yes, not a perfect one. Just a real one. A quiet yes that says, "God, I'm yours." That's all He needs to begin the shift, to start turning what was meant for evil into a testimony of grace, to open the doors that were shut, to soften the heart that's grown tired. He just needs that whisper of surrender. This is your moment to believe again, to trust again, not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who does. And he's not done with you, not even close. He's just beginning a new chapter, one written with peace, overflowing with mercy, rooted in love that never runs dry. Let him have your burdens. Let him into the rooms of your heart that you've kept locked for years. Let him show you that what he has for you isn't based on what you've lost or where you've failed. It's based on who he is. And who he is faithful. This is not your imagination. This is not a fleeting emotion. This is the touch of the living God surrounding you, wrapping you in a peace that doesn't even make sense in the middle of everything going on. But it's real. It's him. And he's not going anywhere. God has been following your steps, even the ones you thought were mistakes. He has been covering your path with unseen grace, protecting you from things you didn't even know were after you. Every closed door was a divine redirection. Every painful goodbye was protection. Every delay, even when it broke your heart, was preparation. You may not understand it all yet, but heaven has been working in your favor, even in silence. Please comment Amen if you feel God's hand has truly never left your life. The heaviness you've been carrying was never yours to hold. You tried to be strong for everyone. You tried to be the one who held things together. But inside, your soul has been tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind of tired that comes from pouring and giving while your own heart quietly ran dry. And God saw it. He saw how you kept going, how you kept serving, how you kept loving, even when you were the one in need of healing. And now he's pouring back into you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Your name has been written in heaven's heart since before you were born. Your cries have been heard, your whispers have been gathered, and every tear you thought went unnoticed has been stored in the hands of God. This is not the season of silence anymore. This is the season of response, of release, of divine answers. Please comment 333 if you know deep down that God is answering your silent prayers. There is a healing wind blowing over your life right now. You may not feel it all at once, but it's here. It's in the way your heart is beginning to soften again. It's in the way your hope is starting to rise, even when nothing has changed on the outside. That's the first sign. When your spirit starts lifting before your circumstances do, you know God has already started moving in the unseen. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique, backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. Don't let the enemy convince you that you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're being still. There's a difference. Being still doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means God is taking over. It means He's fighting battles on your behalf that you cannot win in your own strength. It means you're learning to trust not in what you see, but in what He said, and He has never broken a promise. The lies have been loud lately, lies that say you've missed your chance, that say you've failed too many times, that say you're not enough, not worthy, not chosen. But those lies have no authority here, not in this moment, not in your heart. The voice of God is the only voice that defines you, and He says you are loved. He says you are covered. He says you are redeemed. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are exactly where God can reach you. You are right on time for the miracle He's about to release. You may feel like it's taken too long, but God has not forgotten a single detail. He is a master of timing. When the moment comes, it will not be small. It will not be vague. It will be clear. It will be undeniable, and it will be covered in His glory. Please comment 555 if you believe your miracle is already on its way. God's love is not weak. It's not distant. It's not limited by your past or your doubts. His love is fierce, unshakable, constant, and it is fighting for you. Even when you feel like giving up, love is still fighting. Even when you feel numb, love is still holding on. Even when you stop praying, love doesn't stop reaching. This is not the kind of love that fades with time. It's the kind that deepens, that strengthens, that carries you when your own strength runs out. The anointing on your life didn't disappear in the valley. It was refined there. Your purpose didn't die in the waiting. It matured there. Your calling didn't get cancelled by the storm. It was secured in the storm. The fire didn't destroy you. It revealed the gold. And now, the glory that is coming will be far greater than the suffering that tried to break you. You're going to look back at this moment and realize it was the turning point. You're going to remember this as the hour heaven interrupted your heaviness. The night light returned to your eyes. The day peace settled into your chest again, not because your situation magically changed, but because something in your soul did, because you let God all the way in. Please comment 1212 if you know this is the beginning of something sacred. Stay in this presence. Don't rush past it. Don't silence it with distraction. Let the Spirit of God finish what He started in you. He's not just patching you up. He's rebuilding. He's restoring the foundation. He's taking every cracked, chipped, broken piece and creating something beautiful out of the ashes. You are becoming something stronger than before, something more radiant, something holy. You are being made whole, not just fixed. You are being revived, not just encouraged. You are being realigned with heaven. And every step forward from here will be marked with divine help. You're not walking alone anymore. You never were. But now, you'll begin to feel it. Now, you'll begin to see the signs. Now, you'll know in your spirit you're surrounded. You didn't just survive because you were strong. You survived because grace wouldn't let you go. There were moments when you didn't even want to fight anymore. Moments when giving up felt easier. But heaven refused to release you. Angels surrounded your bed while you cried. God's Spirit hovered over your mind when darkness crept in. There is no way you made it here on your own. You've been carried. You've been covered. And now, that same presence that preserved you is preparing to restore everything you lost in the process. God is not only the one who keeps you safe, He's the one who brings you back to life. There are things in you that have been quiet for too long, hope that went cold, dreams that you buried because disappointment hurt too much, trust that shattered when people let you down. But God is breathing on all of it now, not forcing, not rushing, just breathing gently, consistently, lovingly, until those things begin to live again. Please comment 1010 if you believe God is breathing new life into what you once let go of. This is a holy awakening. It doesn't come with fanfare. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up in the quiet, when your heart finally opens again, when you realize that what felt like the end was actually the soil for a new beginning. God has never needed everything to be perfect in your life to bless you. He just needed your heart to be open again. He just needed that one moment of surrender, and He would do the rest. He knows how much you've carried. He knows the pressure that's been building behind your smile. He knows the things you haven't said out loud to anyone. He knows the guilt, the fear, the what-ifs, the regrets, and He's not overwhelmed by any of it. He doesn't need you to pretend. He already knows. And still He says, "Come closer." Still, He calls you His. What's coming next is not built on your performance. It's built on His love. You don't have to earn what He's about to do. You just have to receive it. You just have to believe that even after all you've been through, you are still worthy of joy, still worthy of laughter, still worthy of peace, still worthy of good things. You've been through long nights, long seasons, but joy is coming. It won't look like the past. It will look like freedom. You'll breathe deeper. You'll rest easier. You'll smile, not because everything is perfect, but because you'll feel God's presence so near that nothing else will matter more. This joy won't be shallow. It will be rooted. It will be holy. And it will last. Please comment 1111 if you believe joy is rising again in your life. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. God is bringing beauty out of every hard season, not just in vague spiritual ways, but in real, tangible ways. Restoration is going to show up in your relationships, in your finances, in your health, in your mind. You are going to see breakthrough in places you forgot to keep hoping for. You are going to see light pour into rooms of your heart that have been dark for years. This is not empty encouragement. This is heaven's truth. When God speaks a word over your life, that word does not fall to the ground. It does not fade. It does not fail. It finds you. It covers you. It lifts you. And when the time is right, it manifests in ways that leave you in awe. That time is drawing near. You've waited, you've wept, and now you will witness. Listen to me. I am calling you in this quiet moment, not by accident and not by chance. I need your attention now, not later, not when you feel ready. Right now. I am not angry with you. I am not threatening you. I am reaching out because your heart is standing at a turning point, and if you walk past this moment without listening, you will drift farther than you realize. I know your days are heavy. I see how you wake up carrying thoughts that already make you tired. You smile for others, but inside you feel unheard. You ask why things feel delayed, why answers seem silent, and why doors you prayed for remain closed. I am aware of every question you whisper and every tear you hide. I have not been silent because I do not care. I have been silent because I was preparing this moment. I am speaking to you now because your spirit is listening, even if your mind is confused. I know you have learned to scroll past things quickly, to ignore what feels intense or uncomfortable, but this is not noise. This is not fear. This is me asking you to pause for just 2 minutes and let your heart be still. If you rush away again, it will not be because I stopped speaking. It will be because you stopped listening. You have been standing between two paths. One is familiar and safe, even though it hurts you. The other is uncertain and asks for trust. I see how you keep choosing what feels known because you are afraid of being disappointed again. But hear me clearly. The life you keep returning to is slowly draining you. I did not create you to survive in silence. I created you to live in truth. I know you are tired of trying, tired of praying the same prayers, tired of hoping and feeling foolish when nothing changes. You wonder if I forgot your name or if you are asking for too much. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. The reason this feels heavy is because you are carrying something I never asked you to carry alone. I am asking you now to release what you keep gripping out of fear. That relationship that keeps breaking you down. That habit that numbs you but steals your peace. That identity built on pleasing everyone else while ignoring your own soul. I am not taking things away to punish you. I am removing what is blocking the healing you have been begging for. You think if you let go, everything will fall apart. But listen, some things need to fall so that something true can stand. I do not rebuild on lies, even comfortable ones. I rebuild on truth, even when it shakes you at first. Trust me enough to loosen your grip. I see the battles you fight at night, the thoughts that tell you that you are behind, not enough, too late. Those thoughts are not from me. I speak with clarity, not cruelty. I correct with love, not shame. When I speak to you now, it is not to condemn you but to wake you up before you settle for less than what I designed for you. You have been asking for a sign. This is it. Not fireworks, not noise, but a quiet knowing in your chest that something here feels real. That feeling is not coincidence. That is your spirit recognizing my voice. Do not harden your heart because you are afraid of what obedience might require. I know you worry about the future, about money, health, family, and whether things will ever feel stable. I am not asking you to figure everything out today. I am asking you to trust me today. Tomorrow will come with its own strength. Right now, you only need to stay present with me. There are doors I am ready to open, but they cannot open while you are still clinging to the past. There are conversations I want to have with you daily, not just in moments of fear, but relationship requires response. If you keep ignoring my gentle nudges, your heart will grow numb, not because I left, but because you trained yourself not to listen. This is why I am speaking so directly now. Not to scare you, but to be honest with you. Moments like this shape direction. They decide whether you grow or stay stuck, whether you heal or keep bleeding quietly, whether you trust me or keep relying only on yourself. I know you feel weak. I know you doubt your own faith. But strength is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to trust me even when fear is loud. Faith is not perfection. It is turning toward me again, even after you have turned away many times. I am not done with you. Your story is not over. The delay you are experiencing is not denial. It is preparation. I am aligning things you cannot see yet. I am protecting you from outcomes you do not understand yet. One day, you will look back and realize that my silence was actually mercy. But hear this clearly. Do not keep postponing obedience. Do not keep saying later when your heart knows what needs to change. Later hardens into never more easily than you think. That is why I asked for these 2 minutes. Because they matter more than you realize. Take a breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let go of the noise. I am here with you. Not disappointed. Not distant. Present. Speaking. Waiting. If you want to hear me more clearly, start by being honest with me. Tell me what hurts. Tell me what you are afraid to lose. Tell me where you feel stuck. I can work with honesty. I cannot work with pretending. I love you more deeply than you understand. Not for what you achieve, not for how strong you appear, but for who you are. You are not behind. You are being guided. You are not abandoned. You are being called closer.